Hello and welcome to the show. This is going to be kind of a different podcast episode. It's warm. I wanted to take advantage. I've been out and about. I'm trying to schedule some interviews right now, but the timetable has gone crazy. So if you're just listening to this, there's a video on YouTube. But right now, as I'm standing inside the wonderful RV that I recently purchased, which you should know about. So I kind of figure I'll give like a update on projects and kind of future plans thing I plan on doing here. So we got the RV, as you can see here. Again, podcast listeners, you can't really see, but we're in the back room. We got all the shelves pulled out. We got the TV. It's taken out. It's an old boob tube with the VCR combo. If someone needs one of those, it's got a plug. I don't know if that means anything, but yeah, we're just working on fixing up the RV. So plans with the RV is fix it up, renovate it. So you can kind of see up here, the shelving units, we've painted it. We've put some insulation in. We got some boards back up. We're ripping up the floor. So kind of projects I'm going to be working on and some stuff you'll hear me talking about is I plan on reupholstering everything and doing some sewing work. And I'll show you a little bit more of what I got for that here in a minute. The big thing right now is just making it back to no mold. So there's a bunch of wood paneling on the side that we got to tear out. We got to fix some steel that's just hanging where it shouldn't be hanging. Put some wires back up. Try not to start a fire with that. And just all around get this thing back into fighting shape so we can take it on trips and do stuff with it. Because that's the whole point of an RV, is taking it places and doing things. So we did manage to get I always use the Wii. I shouldn't be using the Wii. But the RV jack system was just low on ATF fluid. I found out most of these things just use ATF fluid to operate. I'm now walking outside for those listening. And because of that, I just went to the reservoir, which is just a little box up here in the front, and just threw some ATF in there. Probably overfilled the damn thing. But that little box right there, for those listening, it's like solenoids and stuff like that going on in there. A little bit of surface rust, which isn't ideal. We still need to do a whole fluid check on this thing and go through it. It's a Ford 7.3 liter motor. But we did manage to, after just filling it up, get the jack system working. I got the jumper cables out here from when I was messing with wires. So you can see the jacks are down. This is supposed to be level-ish at the moment. According to the little leveling guide inside. I kind of like working on this, honestly. I don't quite know, and you're going to learn along with me, unless you already know, how to jack this thing up safely. And look at those leaf springs. Detached the plow from the front of the pickup truck over here. So the pickup truck does not want to really stay running at the moment. I think the problem is the fuel filter, the thing we've been working on, and it's a giant pain in the butt. So it's been fun to work on, but right now this is like side project. Although I did manage to find my wrenches hidden over here from when I moved it like weeks ago. So that's fun. So let me do this, put down the hood. Yeah, so they were just stuck into frame rails, which was exciting. Drying off some clothes up there, because that's what the truck has come to. Still have to finish out the interior in this. There's still holes and visible, going through the floor in there. So that's fun. Well, it's nice to have the plow detached, although they're calling for snow next week, because of course they are. So that's fun. Back around the RV. Look at that thing. A Damon Daybreak by Damon Corp. I don't think they exist anymore from my research. So cleaned up most of the mess. But we're going to make more mess in there. We got up on the roof. I don't really feel like climbing up there right now. But we got up on the roof up here in the corner. We fixed all the leaks that were going on up there, which made this a lot easier. Well, it had to be waterproof before we could renovate. Now that it's waterproof, we can go do stuff with it. The step here, when you come out the door from the RV, has decided it doesn't want to work. So that's fun. Probably need 6 new tires all around, which is less than ideal. Those are definitely date coded, and those look a little dry rotted to me. So, me sticking the whole family in here, so might as well just do the right thing and get it working. Look at that graphic. Look at all them graphics. And then there's the Fiesta. Hello, little Fiesta. So we got, how would I describe it? So we put mud flaps on it, which is obviously the most obvious thing about it. A little bit of a camo wrap here, which I did not do a great job on. There's still bubbles and stuff in it, but it looks good from afar, but it's far from good. Put a light bar on the front for deers reasons. And then we have a little controller inside. There's a nice little pass-through in the Fiesta. We're right through here. This just goes straight up into the engine bay. And then you get a nice little access point for your button to turn it on and off. I ended up putting some tape over this because that thing was blinding at night. So, and then we got our Cobb tuner. We got a jumper for some reason. Where is it? We got our jumper for some reason. Car's a bit of a mess. Needs a wash, but whatever. I need to find a touchless wash place. Just take it there and see how it does in that. Fiero, haven't had much of a chance to touch the Fiero recently. It's been working, running, driving. We've taken it out for short trips. With the winter months here, haven't really had an opportunity to take advantage of it. So we got to go through and just refresh and make sure, because I have no idea where I left off with this. But the new interior is in, or the new seat is in. That's from a Camaro, a 94. It looks great in there without all the garbage on there. You can see a speaker for a future system here. So we're going to work on that. We got to do some center console stuff, but I got some exciting developments for that, which should be entertaining. But yeah, no, it's I can't leave you guys. I know what you want to see, why you all love the Fiero. You know, there's nothing more Fiero. The whole point of buying one of these things is really just to watch that happen. Love those things. Love that they work. That's 90% of the car for me. I mean, the mid-engine bit is fun too, but pop-up headlights, I mean, come on. You can see wood here for RV project. We got steel here. I'm going to make a bumper for the pickup truck. If you haven't seen, we put a winch on the pickup truck. The old winch busted. It couldn't really handle operating the plow for some reason. The wire just got all tangled up and it just wasn't good. So we put a synthetic rope on a new winch and we're going to fix this winch up. If anyone's got any bright ideas as to how to get this out without just taking a freaking cut-off saw and just cutting out all that wire, I'd love to hear. RV manuals, we got all that crap going on. Look, it's our thing. So yeah, it's interesting. We got a lot of, I guess the COVID times hit fairly hard because I just got a ton of projects I want to work on with this. And with the RV and with the pickup truck and the Fiero and all that. So I got a few things coming up with the Fiesta. I guess I'll do a full build of it. But I'm trying to do, if you can't tell, like rally inspired stuff. So that's kind of my goal here. Need to push the tires out a little bit. Because it doesn't make much sense how inset these things are. My only concern is if I push these out about an inch, is if I'm going to have any rubbing up there. I don't think so, but only time will tell. So I don't know, we'll see. The fun times. Yes, camo. All right, so now we are down in the production studio, I guess you would call this. This is my like little thing I got set up for here. It's in this array right now because I'm not actually recording anything, and you can see a lot of me. But you can see two new little toys. So I got a longer 3D printer. It's like a longer 4K XL I did a little test print here. I got a product I'm working on, but it came with like no filament. So I figured what I would do is, it took me a while to get it to work. So I'll explain why that happened here in a second. Here's my first little test print. Successful test print, but headphone users, be careful. Yeah, so it works. I don't know what the hell that means on the side, but it was one of the pre-programmed things. It didn't come out 100% perfect. You can see there's some chattering in there, like burnt wire and all that. The biggest thing is when I got this, it wasn't feeding any filament up here. So I had to take apart. You can kind of see down here I have all the wires disassembled. It came as a quote-unquote 90% assembled kit. And for those of you, this is something I had to learn. This is 3D printers. They have stepper motor controllers. These are stepper motors, which I would think most people know what a stepper motor is. If not, you can go look it up. But they have individual controllers on the board down there. And this came with 4 stepper motor controllers, and one of them was bad. So I had to buy on eBay another set of stepper controllers. So this is the bad chip right there. Oh, all my stuff's being knocked over. And this is the good chip right next to it. And once I swapped that out, my filament started feeding properly. So I was able to print this. I was able to, like, this is the little breakaway part. So this, if you can tell what that's going to be, I'm proud of you. But keep it to yourself. But the plan is we're going to print out some parts for some of the cars, which I think will be very interesting. This was just what remained of the filament after printing out that and this and having like a million prints go wrong before I figured out the issue. The other thing I'm actually almost more excited about is another eBay purchase here, is a little sewing machine. So I bought a sewing machine because the plan is I want to do some upholstery work in the RV and I want to do some upholstery work in the Fiero. So I don't know how excited you all will be to watch me sit around and sew stuff up, but I don't know, it should be fun. That's the production studio here, if you're curious. So yeah, it's just been it's been this couple months has been a year when it comes to this stuff. So I've just been trying to take it slow. I got a bunch of interviews I'm supposed to be getting done, but scheduling has become a nightmare again. Not even a nightmare, it's just become a matter of like, oh, that's funny over there. I'll explain that in a second. But yeah, scheduling has just become a bit of a pain in the tuchus, as they would say. So it's just been, this week I decided it's warm, I'm going to take it to myself. I got a bunch of interviews I need to line up, and it's been, I needed to do a lot of doctor's appointments. So sorry for no interview and sorry for kind of the weird shit going on down here, but there's that. Now, I don't know if I've explained this before, but the house came as a smart house, right? So for those listening, I am pointing the camera towards a bunch of wire spaghetti over there. And yeah, I'll go a little bit closer. So when I purchased the house, I met up with the owner because there's a bunch of random crap over here that just makes no sense. So, well, I met up with him, the prior owner, and I went like, okay, you need to explain to me what's going on. And he said, well, it's a smart house. And then he proceeded to hand me a VHS tape of a smart house. This house was built in 2004. And yeah, you can see we got, like, there's telephone stuff. Like, this stuff is a bunch of coax, a Cat5. At least it's a gigabit port. But yeah, it is just it's 2004 tech trying to run 2021 technology, and it is just crazy. My favorite aspect is over here. These are the old smart switches, which for those listening, this is bigger than my cell phone. Like these, you put them in, and that's your always on, and that's your filter, and then you get a controller that's the size of my cell phone that has like 10 switches on it, and it's just, that's how it works. It's crazy. Steve Leto's book, look at that. I need to organize, I need to get shelves and stuff down here, but life, man, it just gets at you fast. So that's where all this kind of like weird little updatey thing is going, I think. If you got any questions, if you got any ideas for like projects where you want to see them go, let me know. Other than that, I'm just going to kind of push this out, and then I'm going to get back to trying to do some projects and do some printing and do some sewing. So hopefully you all liked whatever the hell this was, and if not, let me know. If you did, let me know, and do all the things that, you know, how the internet works, because I assume most of us are under the age of 80. So, bye.